Okay, cool. Alright, so I'm going to do another one of these videos. Let's see if I can. I ordered that 8-gauge wire last night. Stuff got expensive, man. This 8-gauge wire right here, stuff got expensive. It's like $50 for 25 feet. So I'm like, okay. Actually, it's a little bit more. It's like $52 to $54 for 25 feet. And I'm like, okay. But the stuff has got over 1,000 strands of little wires in it. Little bitty, teeny weeny, fine strands of copper. Stuff is just amazing. So I grabbed another 100 feet. It'll be here shortly. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, something like that. My coax from D-Winds RF Supply. Thank you, D-Winds RF Supply. My half-inch flex coax is going to be here probably Monday. It shipped out today, I think, or yesterday. So thank you for shipping that out to me, D-Winds RF Outlet Supply. And then there's another announcement for everybody else. DMNJ still has amplifiers in inventory. What exactly, I don't know. I asked and I really didn't get an answer for what they have in inventory, how much of what they have in inventory, but they have a couple boxes left still that I've built. So, because I asked for one or two and I was asked, you know, do I want one that I've built? I'm like, sure. I'll take one. Shoot. I'll buy it, of course. I'm not going to get nothing for free. It don't work that way. It just doesn't. As much as everybody thinks it would be, no, it's not. So, no, it's serious quality equipment. So, there's that announcement. Which, you know, I don't know. I wish I had a response of, you know, I'd be telling you guys, you know, they got this, they got that, they got how many of this, they got how many of that. Here's the prices. I wish I had that information, but I don't. So I asked for something, and I'll end up probably just getting one of the ones that I've already built and tuned and all that stuff. So, which is fine. I need one or two of those boxes anyway. I need actually both of them. I need the 22879C box for a driver for one box, and I need a 1x2C box for another, for the DMNJ 24 pill I've got back there, the C box. That's what I was going to use the 1x2C box for, is to drive the 24 pill sitting over there in the back on the floor. So big shout out to DMNJ and big shout out to D-Winds RF Outlet Supply, or Supply Outlet, I forget out the top of my head. And Mikey Swartz, hats off to you too. I'm going to get that 12 pill back that I built him a while back. It's been like over 2 years, maybe 3 years I built him that 2-drive and 12. Anyway, I know of slight small issue with that box with tuning, and that is one box that I should not have shipped out. Will it work? Yeah, it'll work. Will it work good? Oh yeah, it'll work good. But when I tested that box, I only tested it on a 200 amp, 110 volt supply at the time I had, and that wasn't enough juice to run it. So I just did estimates and cool, you know. But I asked, I told him, I said, "Did you ever get a chance, send me that box back?" So he's gonna send me that box back, and you know, shortly, probably before the end of July, and then I'm going to do a live feed here on not on YouTube. Sorry, my bad, YouTube, and no more videos on Facebook. Can't do them. Sorry. And then you know, do the live feed for them and everything, fix it, redo it, upgrade it a little bit, and then I'm going to do the test for them either on the 400 amp, 600 amp DMNJ power supply over here. This one with the variable voltage on it, it goes all the way up to like almost 18.5 volt, I think, or something like that. Or I'll put on the Monster power supply, the 1260 amp Monster power supply I've got over here from DMNJ. So it's really nice. So anywho, so thank you, Mikey. And he wanted to know the link to my YouTube channel, so I told him, go to the feature section and click this on the other thing, and click the link to this place here on YouTube, and we got more people. We got him, we got about a couple other people too, so now we're up to almost 300 people. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We need like 700 more people. You guys will get here. Tell your friends and everybody. So I can't finish the power distribution on this quite yet. But what I can do, move this out of the way. That's the 12-port combiner. Those are virtually unheard of. People don't use 12-port combiners. Ask any builder you can think of, other than maybe one or maybe one other, and ask them if they ever did anything with a 12-port combiner. They'll be like, hell no, I don't want to do a 12-port combiner. Why not? It's too hard. Yeah, it's too hard. It's going to be ridiculous. It's going to take two of these brass tuners to tune it for the output. It's going to take two of these. I have an idea on how I'm going to do that, though. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to stack them one on top of each other, and then do it that way. Here's 7.5 kV rated brass tuners. I should start making them myself, but I'll leave it the way it is for now. Okay, so back to this, I think, for now. I told you guys I'd go ahead and move these strips back off cam. I'll just do it on cam. Move that over here. At least get one of them moved over anyway. not turn the copper up off the board because I have a hot enough soldering iron. Gotta be careful with that. Come on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, this side over here is done. You can see all that. You got to be careful when you're doing stuff like this. You don't want to have solder be slapping you on the face. Go. All right. Now, except for the power cables, that's the only thing holding this power strip in. So now what we're going to do, since it's not in the case and nothing zip tied up yet, we're going to move these back some. There. Right about here would be good. Yep. Right about here. Okay. I know these caps. No, I gotta move it again. It moved. You saw it. Alright, you know what? I'll do this side first. Should have done all this first before I put the power wire in it. Should have thought I had just a little bit. I should have known better. But everybody makes mistakes. As I was going to say, these caps, I know are good for higher voltage because years ago, these kind of caps right over here. These bigger ones are all I used to run in the comp boxes and stuff. There was no 50 volt. I didn't have any 50 volt point ones. So. There. Go. Okay. That's exactly where I want it. That's plenty of room up underneath to do what I need. Oh, what stuff here is. There we go. That worked out good. Now, that's gonna go here, that's gonna go here, that's gonna go there. And before, before I want to take these, I want to take that solder out. these 3 here, because I'm going to be running stuff through there. And at least these 4. These 4 I think I can put on this side, come out, go to the combiner over here in the corner, which will be over there. So I was looking at camcorders today at Best Buy on their website. I saw an 8K one, and I'm like, man, that would be really cool. But I'm looking at, you know, pros and cons, specifications, all that, and then I get to the point where it's like, pros, okay, cool. Cons, poor video quality, It overheats, you know, stuff like that. I'm like, really? I'm like, all right, that was for a $150 one. And then I'm like, oh, here it is. Superwick. I'm like, all right, let's look at something that's around $300. Let's see something like that. If that's going to be better quality or not. Nope. So then I'm like, all right, let's ask a couple of people that I know use like video cams or camcorders or whatever. Yeah. Or what do they use, or what do they prefer, or you know, whatever. So I'm waiting to hear back from a couple people on what's recommended. There we go. Wick that up. I don't like doing this if I don't have to. Let's move this over here. This part is just getting the bubble out, making it flat again, or flatter. So when I run the lines from here back up underneath here, it won't like be like all wavy and stuff. It'll look nicer. So that's why I'm doing this with the solder wick. Next time I get, well, this is for smaller, this is like for CB radio boards and stuff. This is not for amplifiers. Come on, get out of there. All right. Come on. All right. God, this stuff's horrible. Don't want to be breathing this stuff in. This shit is toxic. Fine braid, static free, Superwick. 50 foot. I'm surprised I haven't gone through a whole lot more of this stuff. 0.10 width. Yeah, I sure is. It is tiny stuff. Alright, this is the last one. Well, for this side, then I gotta do the other side. you gotta be real careful when you're doing something like this, especially next to ferrite cores. You put too much heat next to these ferrite cores, that's a little warm there. It's not hot, but it's a little warm. You put too much heat next to these ferrite cores, they will shatter. I know that because it's happened to me twice in all my years of doing this. It has happened. Tapping, no tapping, no tapping, 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 a little bit of tapping. But when I put the other point ones here, here, and here, when I get my wire in, it ain't gonna tap. Tap here, here, hear that? Nothing. Well, I gotta fix that side anyway. So, okay, this side here is done for now. That's exactly where I want it too, so we're good there. I was gonna do something else, but nah, I'll leave this the way it is. They're fine. I mean, if I put smaller ones here in front, I could probably put another cap over here and over here, but nah, I'll leave it the way it is. One of these electrolytic caps, black ones. I'll just put them back here for now. 1, 2, 3, 4, and that'll be okay for now, unless, let's see here. I'm just thinking. No, I know I don't have to do this, but I do. Let's see here. Well, this one has to be there. This one has to be offset because of the, no, I can't fit it in here. Nope. Here I can put one in. I can put one in here. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Maybe I can fit one in. No, there's the cap's off the pill strip. So, okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. That'll have to be. It'll have to be what it is. What it is. I need a room back here to put in the massive 80 amp relay and all that stuff. Takes up real estate. So, okay, that's that. So I'll just remake another one. Awesome 50 volt caps. did again, didn't I? Yep, sure did. Yep. Yep, that works. Okay. Or I'll just measure it like this over here. But that's where it's gonna go anyway. So yeah, that's like perfect. Cut that one. Cut that one. That's pretty done. Cut that one. Cut the other lead. So they're you know about the same length. There. Perfect. All right, those two are ready to go in. One I'm done with everything else. 0.1's in the 8-gauge wire. Yeah, I'm gonna have to fix these again inside here so it goes straight out from here and there. I can do that at just about any time. I'm not worried. So another thing that's good about those camcorders is that I don't have to use up any more room on my phone. They take memory off a SD micro card. Which is nice. So then what I can do is not use up any more of my cell phone memory. Come on, there we go. I really should end up getting a bench other than this table from the 1950s. No kidding, this is an old table from the 1950s. It was my grandparents. But it's sturdy and it works good. And I've been building boxes on these tables since the beginning of time. From the mid 1990s, I guess. Which to a lot of you guys is the beginning of time. Okay. There we go. Up. See, check this out. On this wire, I could put the soldering iron directly on it, and it doesn't melt. It's not Teflon, but it's awesome. It doesn't melt. But it is extremely expensive. Okay. Oh, I'm gonna move the cap. Desolder it anyway. Now, well, that's done. What I should do is flip the box around the opposite direction. And then, yeah, I think I will do that. There we reposition the camera where you guys can see what I'm doing. There you go. Like that. Something like that. There we go. Okay, let's go back. A lot easier to do when you don't have the power cables in. I knew there was a reason why I did put the power cables in. I should have double checked this on the other side, but I'm gonna check it now. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I've got plenty of room now to run this. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I got plenty. I could probably do this all the way down to here now, and then just run these two. I don't know. We'll see. It's gonna be. There's gonna be a lot of wraps going around the combiner towards the end over here, because it's not gonna. It's the same length. They're all the same length. But when you start getting from here to here, it's gonna be wrapped or coiled. One of the two. It's gonna be. I don't want to really go round and round and round and round and round. That gets to be ridiculous. Okay. Okay, back to how I did this on the first one. Or on the one on the other side. Okay. Notice I don't want to put any stress on anything. I want it to just be where it needs to be. Shit. Didn't want to do that. Okay, one last time. These 0.1s get too hot, you gotta replace them. That's what I meant by one last time. Okay. Not too hot. And that's perfect here in the front, so I'm good there. cheap. All right, cool. Okay. Now let's see. Okay. Perfect. I gotta stand you up there. There we go. I gotta put the caps down, that's why. This one I'm gonna put back down too. Not too much, just enough. I'm going to put the B positive on this. That'll straighten it out and everything will, well, the point ones anyway. Alright. Now we get the additional solder off the board. And then put these down here, here, and here. And then we're good to go. There. There. This stuff cools off pretty quick. Pretty neat stuff, actually. There. Just a tad little more off of this. There. There. Okay. There. Perfect. And the comments on these videos are always open, so you can comment all you want. You know, like, why'd you do this? Or, I don't know, whatever questions you guys might have. I don't have the comments off. I've got them on, so. Here, let me do it this way one last time. That's how you're supposed to use solder wick anyway. Just hold it down and pull it. There. That's perfect. You try doing this next to a wire that's not like these, it'll melt it. Guaranteed every time. These don't melt. Okay, well, that's what it is. It'll be okay. Alright, cool. Yeah. Now I know why. I gotta fix the wires up underneath. And get these back down. That's why I don't like doing stuff twice. Okay. Take these off here in the back. That's there. This is here. That just came off of there. Good. Alright. Come on. There. Shouldn't be lifting it up back from back behind the board like that right now. If that board breaks, I'd cry. Alright, so now we're back straight. Well, I'll fix it with when I get the other cable, the other power wire in. Same stuff, same exact stuff I had. Nothing's different. It's alright. It won't do that. When it's all in, it'll stop. Don't stop. Yeah, we're good. A lot better than what it was. It's alright, that's fixed. What else can I do? Dum-da-dum-da-dum-da-dum. back the other direction. Or at least a little better. I should be just picking this up by the heat sink, not by the back part of the board. There. There we go. And we'll move this camera back here. There we go. I can see you, you can see me. Alright. Well, I guess I can just do the process of bending the resistors. This is boring, but it's part of it. For those of you that might not know on resistors, it really doesn't matter which way you do it, but I like to make everything look neat in appearance, so I just make sure that they're all facing like one direction. If one's in one way and the other one's in the other way, is it going to matter? No, not at all. And the negative feedback is going to be the same as it used to be in the old Dave made boxes. Like everybody else is doing it. 2 resistors, 2.1s. Let's get all this over here. Let's count them out. Make sure I've got all 24. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 1, 2, 3, 4. I got all 24. Okay. Just want to make sure. Saw a box that someone had for sale. It was a 1 drive and 2 Toshiba box. And I was looking at the picture of the inside and I'm like, okay, box blew. And I'm thinking to myself, okay, why did it blow? They replaced the pill and whatever else, right? So it was fine. They're asking like $300. I'm like, okay, not bad. So, actually not bad at all. But I was looking at the variable where the 100 ohm goes to ground off the variable, and it was a little charred. Like it got hot, like too hot. So I'm like, oh, I see. He overdrove it. That's why it popped. So I didn't comment on anything. I didn't say anything. I didn't even post. I was like, oh, okay. I'm like, whoever fixed the box didn't know what that resistor did, or don't know what it is, or whatever. So, I mean, if you see a charred out resistor, please get them replaced. If it looks brownish or not looking like, you know, if they're the candy coated ones, kind of like these, and it browned out a little bit or something, replace it. You know what the value is? There's like a resistor chart you can look up on the internet, on Google, resistor chart, and it'll tell you what colors or what, and what the gold band means and the silver band means, and there's another band. I forget what it is. I think gold is like 5% tolerance. Silver's like 10% tolerance. So, all right, those are all cut, or not cut, but bent. These are all gold. See how that does. That's pretty good. Okay. That's one. Trying to do these by hand. After a while, you get a knack for it. You're like, okay, bang, 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 done, right? Sometimes I get it right. Sometimes I need to rebend them, straighten them out, rebend them again. Time consuming. Not a very glamorous part of doing this, but it's one of those things. Step one, step two, keep going. That too much? Yeah, it's a little long. So I'll straighten it back out. No, that's too short. That's about right. Yep. That might be a little long. Nope, it's not. Go back to the first one I did. Yeah, we're good. And as I put them in, I'll start looking sideways at the box, you know, like this way, and be like, which one's higher than the others? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. That might be a little too long. Yep, just a tad. There we go, perfect. Actually, I had it figured out. This over here. Yeah, we're good. Oh, we're getting shorter. Yep. Now we're good. Okay. No, a couple of these I gotta fix because they're a little too short. Alright, we're good there. Good there. Good there. Alright. Good there. This one's too short. Guaranteed. I already saw it. I'm like, nope, too short. Yeah, it's too long. Yeah, it's too long. Probably. I don't know. So, yeah, too short. Close enough. That works. All right, cool. Well, half of those are done, at least that way. They're not gonna go in the box until the pills are in. Let's see here. What I can do, cut them. That goes. This goes. I've learned not to cut the leads on stuff and have the parts just go flying anywhere. One day when I was working someplace else, well, in New Jersey, I turned around and snipped the lead off a part and it accidentally hit somebody. I mean, it went flying. It was like, phew. And all of a sudden I heard, ow! The hell? Are you kidding me? It flew all the way down there? Yeah, I got yelled at. They were not happy. I learned not to do that anymore really quickly. I wasn't used to, working in a shop with anybody else. I was used to working at home where there's nobody else around but me, and clicking shit just goes flying everywhere, right? When you're working with somebody else and with other people, You gotta be mindful of others. That's that was definitely something I learned real quick. Where before, I just never thought of it. It's I'm always by myself down there. And I was actually told beforehand, when you cut your part, don't let it go flying. I'm like, why? What's it gonna hurt? You know, I didn't know. I learned the hard way. Oops. Just like a lot of other people do. I mean, who knew, you know? So if you guys want a DMNJ, a true DMNJ box, a mobile box, I'm sure there's a couple of base boxes available, at least maybe one or two. I don't know, but I know there was not that long ago. Um, I'm looking at this cat going, no. All the individual pieces are soldered together, so it's fine. On these metal mica cats, you got to make sure of that. Have to, whether you like it or not. These are probably okay, but I'm gonna go over it real quick. Just make dang sure they're done. I know up underneath and over the top of them it was perfect, but I just want to make absolutely 100% positive. Without any doubt. There we go. There we go. Perfect. I'll have to double check the other side too, but I will. Just because a continuity meter says it's making contact doesn't necessarily mean it's properly connected. What is absolutely crucial is crucial. And it changes stuff. Put a box under pressure and you put it on volts and start driving the snot out of it. Well, more volts, less drive. So, like a 1 driving 4 and a 16 pill is perfect for stock volts, but then again, 1 driving 4 and a 16 pill on 20 volts is good too. It ain't gonna hurt nothing. This is turning out really, really nice. I am very happy with it. Okay, cool. It's taking a long time to do, yes, but then again, I got stuff to do during the day, and I got this to do when I'm all done with all that stuff. So I didn't do nothing but just work on amps all day. not today. Today I took a break, spent some time with Renee, did some other stuff. It was hot today. Today, this air conditioner's been running all day, non-stop. It was like 105 degrees today. I mean, it was like 98, 96 degrees outside. It was hot. Not a freaking cloud in sight, man. I'm like, okay. Thermostat said 73. I had it set to 70. I'm like, it ain't keeping up. I'll just go to 73. I don't want to burn out the air conditioner. No way. And it's been running at 73 all day. At least I'm not trying to make it do more when it can't. After like the first 2 hours and the temperature didn't change in the house, I'm like, all right, I'll just put it where it's at and I'll leave it. Maybe it'll shut off and cool off, you know, or at least stay constant or something. Didn't blow out yet. Tomorrow's supposed to be another real hot day. So we'll see. I want to make dang sure that this is get sprayed out with a freaking canned air before it goes in the case. Thoroughly. Because I see a little bits of stuff here and there, little boogers and stuff. I want them out of here before it goes in the case. And I'll flip it around upside down, tap it, you know, all that before it goes in the case. All right, well, pretty much. What time is it? It's not telling me, and I don't have a clock down here, but we're pushing about an hour for this video, so I'll wrap it up and say thank you for everybody, and thank you for D1 RF Supply. That's it, D1 RF Supply for the coax that I'll be getting for the house here. It's the half-inch flex. So with 7/16 connectors on it. I got the adapter from them. Only thing I got to do is get the bird female connector to put on the bird meter. So when the stuff comes in, I hook it up directly to the bird with the 7/16 connector female on it, and it's going to be a whole lot better than 213. Oh yeah. So you just can't bend it like 213. It's flex, yes, but it's not as bendable as 213. No. I think the bend radius on flex, I was told, is like 1.5 feet. So that's like, where's my ruler at? Here's a foot. So another half would be about here, I think. I'm shaking today. So another half a foot, something like that. So yeah, I'm gonna have to make something to go over the gutter, off the roof over the gutter, to where it's no more than 1.5 foot bend radius from coming down the roof going down, so it's more of a curve. You know, like, I don't know, I'll get something at Lowe's or Home Depot or something like that. Or I'll just take a piece of plastic and heat it up and bend it and try to warp it, and I don't know what I'm going to do, but I'll figure something out. Which also means I'm going to have help taking the antenna down, taking the 213 off, and then putting the hardline flex 1/2 inch up, and putting the antenna back up. So it's not a one person job. It's a 2-person job. So I'm gonna need help with that. The antenna's tuned. Antenna's tuned really well. In fact, I just checked it before I did this video. It is tuned really good on 6. I mean, it's like 1.0 something. On 6, on 11, it's like 1.05, and then on what the heck is it? No, it's 1.07 on 11, and then on 20, it starts going up about 1.15. Not 1.5, 1.15. So, and after that, it just starts going up real quick, and I'm like, all right, that's enough. So I'm limited in between like channel 6 and channel 20 at the absolute max. But 6 and 11 is basically where I run anyway, so nobody out on a Sunday night. That's about 1 pound of static. I'm sorry, I take that back. Looking at the wrong meter. 3 pounds of static. Flicker and dub.